Hello and welcome. This video is part of the Texas Education Agency's HB 3906 series and provides a general overview of the near-term STAAR redesign. This video will start with a summary of changes from House Bill 3906 and will cover the components that make up the near-term STAAR redesign and the current timeline. It will end with other videos and resources where you can find more detailed information about the near-term STAAR redesign. House Bill 3906 creates a number of transformational changes that will advance the way Texas measures the academic performance of students. The assessment changes strengthen the STAAR program, which has been proven to be a valid and reliable measure of student understanding of the Texas Essential Knowledge and Skills, or TEKS. House Bill 3906 influences a near-term STAAR redesign that contains multiple components. Educators and other stakeholders will continue to play a large role in the planning and design process for changes that will be implemented in the 2022-2023 school year. In addition, House Bill 3906 also explores the possibility of a longer-term STAAR redesign that replaces the existing one-time end-of-year STAAR with assessments administered throughout the course of the school year. Finally, House Bill 3906 makes a number of other changes, including the permanent availability of free optional interim assessments, the establishment of an educator advisory committee that increases the involvement of Texas educators in the Texas assessment program, and the modification of the STAAR calculator policy to include calculator applications. The near-term STAAR redesign that will be implemented starting with the 2022-23 school year has four components. First is a transition to online assessments. One of the main benefits of transitioning online is faster test results for students, parents, and educators. Online assessments also allow for improved and more equitable accommodations, particularly reading accommodations for students who need them. In addition, online assessments enables other assessment improvements, including new item types, which is the second component of the near-term STAAR redesign. House Bill 3906 limits the percentage of multiple choice questions that make up the assessment. That means at least 25% of the test will consist of new item types that can positively impact instruction, increase engagement from students, and provide more opportunities for students to demonstrate their full understanding of the TEKS. The third component of the near-term STAAR redesign is the addition of writing to the RLA assessments for grades 3 through 8. This will help to better assess the updated RLA standards, which emphasize the integration of reading, writing, listening, and speaking. The addition of writing also ensures that Texas is in compliance with federal requirements. Lastly, the near-term STAAR redesign incorporates more cross-curricular passages into RLA assessments. Research has shown that students with knowledge of topics that they can read about can better comprehend what they're reading. By prioritizing passages that cover content taught in other subject areas, for example, social studies and science, the redesign creates a more level playing field when assessing reading comprehension. In the 2022-23 school year, the near-term STAAR redesign will be fully implemented with online assessments, new item types that make up at least 25% of assessments, and writing and prioritized cross-curricular passages in all RLA assessments. There are multiple interactions between these four components of the near-term STAAR redesign that require a lot of planning. For example, some of the new item types are made possible by the transition to online assessments. Future RLA assessment blueprints must take into account the addition of writing and the new item types. There's also a lot of work required leading up to the near-term STAAR redesign implementation. Educators and other stakeholders will continue to play a large role in that planning. For the transition to online assessments, TA conducted a feasibility study in the summer of 2020, which involved surveying each district and campus across Texas, including several in-depth case studies. This feasibility study was provided to the legislature, which will need to take action in order to move the transition to online assessments forward. If it moves forward, TA will implement a transition plan beginning with the 2021-22 school year and provide training and resources to support districts in that transition. To date, more than 500 educators have participated in focus groups during the 2020-21 school year to provide feedback on new item types. Several districts have also been involved in cognitive labs, which study how students interact with proposed item types to make sure they effectively measure what they're intended to. The agency will also continue working closely with educators to finalize blueprints and provide more examples of new item types. As new item types are developed and reviewed with teachers, TA will make publicly available a sample of new item types under consideration. In the 2021-22 school year, TA will conduct standalone field testing to ensure that these new item types perform the way they're expected to. The agency will also continue working closely with educators to finalize blueprints and provide more examples of new item types. For the addition of writing to RLA assessments, TEA will field test multiple choice writing items in the spring 2021 RLA assessments. The agency will continue to convene educator committees to review the revised RLA standards and develop new assessment blueprints. In the 2021-22 school year, the Grade 4 and Grade 7 standalone assessments will be eliminated and writing items will continue to be field tested in RLA assessments. Finally, for cross-curricular passages, TA will continue to develop and identify texts that cover content taught in other subjects and will increase the number of these passages each year. For more information about each component of the near-term STAAR redesign, please view these additional videos. Thanks for watching today's presentation. If you have any questions, please email curriculum@tea.texas.gov, student.assessment@tea.texas.gov, or contact TEA's Student Assessment Help Desk.